This is such an important point that you make in relation to spouse visas and the minimum income requirement increasing from 18,600 per annum as a gross salary requirement to £29,000 as of the 11th of April 2024. Now, for those that are in professions that earn less than £29,000, UK visas and immigration state that the person can still make an application to enter the UK. They will consider that application exceptionally, so that a person would not be considered under the standard route, which means they will not be eligible for indefinite leave to remain once they've resided in the country for 5 years, but instead would be eligible for indefinite leave to remain after 10 years in the UK. And that's simply because at the point of application, the minimum income requirement had not been met, nor were the wider financial requirements, though the person probably was able to show that they meet some form of adequate maintenance ability, that the sponsor or the applicant can look after themselves without recourse to state funds. But the point is, if a person earns slightly under this new threshold, it seems really unfair that they are expected to renew a visa every 2.5 years until the person has been in the country for 10 years rather than a standard 5-year period. And it just means that families are going to be separated for longer periods if British citizens, those that are resident in the country that qualify to sponsor their family members, decide to wait a bit longer to see if their pay will increase in order to avoid the need to pay significant fees over an extended period of time. And the waiting time anyway to process an application is long enough as it is. So this enforced separation that is going to happen to more couples is really unfair when the whole target of this is to reduce net migration. Well, should families be targeted within this sort of proposal that the government has put forward and now brought into law? But as I said, it is still possible to sponsor a person to travel to the UK, and they could come into the UK under the 10-year route, and once the £29,000 requirement is met, then they can switch into the 5-year route to get to indefinite leave to remain quicker. But as I said, this is very unfair. It could lead to British citizens deciding to move to other countries where they feel that they will be able to live together as a family unit. It need not be the person's, their partner's country of origin, but as a British nurse, it is possible to get sponsorship elsewhere and to have your family members join you in those countries, such as those in the Middle East, Australasia, and North America or other parts of Europe. And that is going to cause a problem in itself, as the UK loses that expertise and has a bit of a brain drain simply because they will not allow families to be united in this country at reasonable cost and with reasonable requirements. Most people accept that the government wishes to control immigration into the country, but doing so in this very arbitrary and cruel way just does not seem fair at all, especially when it impacts families. So I hope that this content is of some help. There's more content to follow. Please see the previous information that I've provided as well, and of course like, share and follow, and share your own stories or comments as part of this post. Thank you.